Hey guys, what's going on? It's Recon or ElevateGamingHD. Today we have guys another Black Ops 2 commentary. This is actually on the map Uplink, and I actually do really well on this map. If you don't know, this is a redo of a Black Ops 1 map, and this was actually one of my favorite maps in Black Ops 1. But I'm not here to talk about the gameplay, although I do actually pretty well with this AN-94 with grip and silencer, and I think I might actually have a third attachment, although I don't. Oh, the red dot sight. I'm looking right at the gameplay, and I had no idea what my third attachment was. This is actually kind of a little bit of an overpowered assault rifle, in my opinion. It's one of the better ones, but then again, overpowered for assault rifle isn't really that overpowered in this game. So, it's not, I just really like it. But what I actually want to be talking about today is this, this teaser picture for Call of Duty Ghosts that's been going all over YouTube and all over the internet. And I'm sure that you've seen it if you're into Call of Duty at all, but I just want to talk about it because I'm really excited about it, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So if you haven't seen it already, I'll put it on the screen now, and right now it's kind of like big and right in the middle, but it'll shrink down in a minute, and but you can take a look at it. But basically, there are a couple things you can see in this picture. One, there's the center, there's something underneath it, then there's 3 on the right and 2 on the left, and then there's something in the top left corner. Now, we're not sure what this is. I'm assuming this has something to do with the created class system. Everyone's kind of on the same page with that, and I think that it would be a little bit funny if it wasn't from that. I'd be really surprised, but that's just my gut instinct, and I think most people agree with that. So on the top right corner, you see kind of these, I don't know, these like bars almost coming away from it, and in my opinion, that might have to do with some type of I don't know, early detection system similar to the perks in the current Call of Duties, where you can see things through the walls, like you can see explosives, claymores, things like that. The name of the perk is escaping me right now, but that is, in my opinion, that's what that looks like to me. I'm not sure what you guys think, but that's what I think. The one under that, I think basically everyone agrees that that looks like flak jacket. And I kind of agree with that, although what I'm thinking is it might just offer more protection from grenades, or maybe you can't die from your own grenades. I think that that would be a really interesting perk if now, if you have that perk attached, you can throw a grenade and run right on top of it and you don't die, because it has specifically one picture of a grenade and a shield. It doesn't have a jacket or something like that, which is typically what flak jacket has, so I think that that would be a really interesting perk if it allowed you to throw a grenade, run right on top of it, and it doesn't affect you at all. And maybe there's another perk, either in the same slot or in another slot, where it allows you to not be stunned or EMP'd by your same grenades. I think that that would be very cool as well. Under that, going off the right side again, that's obviously Scavenger. There's absolutely no doubt about that. It has the picture. It only has bullets, which I'm curious about that. Wouldn't that be interesting if they had different scavengers? Like there was one for ammunition, then there was one for equipment, maybe one for grenades, things like that. I think that would be really cool. I think it would be a little bit annoying. I think it would be frustrating, but I think it would add a lot of different things to the game. You know, do I want to be able to get my equipment back? You know, do I want to have more grenades, things like that, or do I want to have the same weapon the entire game? I think that that once again would be a really, really cool thing, and I'm really curious to see how that works out. Although I'm not sure, you know, obviously no one knows. Going on the left side, we have that thing in the top left corner. It kind of looks like a radar to me. I'm not really entirely sure. It might be an attachment to a gun or something like that. I'm not really sure how it's laid out, because typically Call of Duty were laid out top to bottom with the creator class. You know, primary at the top, secondary, blah blah blah, and then perks all the way at the bottom. But Black Ops 2 had it laid out the other way, horizontally, and I think that you know, that's a little bit of a change. So who knows where this is and what that means? You know, that could be another perk, that could be anything. You know, who knows how the perks are? You know, typically we see perks like 1, 2, 3, but there could be a change now. Maybe they'll switch it up a little bit, and maybe we'll have, you know, 4 perks or 5 perks. Who really knows? I mean, as you can see, there's 3 on the right, 2 on the left. So who knows? Maybe we'll have 5 perks now, which that would be a whole new array of perks. 'Cause basically, Call of Duty has kept the same basic perks the entire time. So I don't really know how much they could change that without people getting really upset. But I think it would be really cool if they did. I think that it would add a lot of different ideas and things like that. Under that on the left is obviously it's a lot of people think that it's sleight of hand. As you can see, it's like a running man with a magazine next to it, and I don't really know. You know, I heard someone saying that maybe it allows you to reload while you're running, and I think that would be just a complete change to the game completely. I mean, would just running after you start reloading, would that cancel the reload animation anymore? Who knows? That would be really interesting to see what that is. I mean, my guess is that it's sleight of hand, but on the other hand, usually they have pictures of hands for sleight of hand, which makes sense, not running. So I would find that really interesting. How does that work? You know, I really don't know. Maybe it has something to do with that. Maybe it has something to do with like vaulting faster, things like that. I mean, if I had to guess, that might have something to do with it as well. But I think the best get is probably sleight of hand or something similar to that. And I'm really excited about that because, to be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of how Black Ops 2 did it. It makes sense that the being able to reload faster is equipped to the gun, not to the player. And I understood why they did that, because I wanted it to be that if you picked up a gun, it was not your personal perks that made it better. It was the actual gun, if it was a good gun or a bad gun, which makes sense to me. I definitely respect Vandahar for that, and it really makes sense to me. But I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm more of a fan of perks, and I'm really hoping they're bringing pro perks back, because I really liked pro perks. I really liked, you know, after you use a perk for X amount of time, you're rewarded by having a better perk. And yeah, that kind of puts you at a disadvantage for new players or for prestige. But you know, I think that that's part of the game, and I think that when you prestige, you're a new player, you're already at a disadvantage because there are different guns. And despite what Call of Duty tries to do, almost always the longer you played, the better guns you have. Now, under that on the left-hand side, that looks like a radar dish with kind of like a lightning bolt. I am going to say that that more than likely has something to do with you know, some type of radar jammer or something like that. I would be very surprised if it didn't. And look at that. Had some network connectivity issues. And 21 and 10, not too bad. KD ratio 2.10. And I'll let another gameplay at the back of this, just so we know it doesn't end, because I have a few more things to say. So, you know, I would be really curious to see what that is, because, you know, I'm assuming that it's either you know, maybe it's similar to the Modern Warfare 2 perk where you jammed other people's radars when you came closer. And I think that would be really cool. I really like that perk. You know, other people said, you know, like, oh, it lets people know that you're coming, so why would you want to use it? But personally, I thought it was really good because, you know, yeah, they knew you were coming, but the thing is that if you had another person running it, you know, where were they coming from? And if they had a UAV up, it was basically useless. And I think that would be really, really, really cool. One of the other things that it could be is it could just counter UAVs or UAVs or something like that. Something very simple, something basic, something very Call of Duty original, very average Call of Duty, nothing new, nothing changed, very, very basic. Now, as you can see in the middle of the screen, there's this kind of mask almost and a knife, and I think that that would be really cool if it was kind of a specialty. You know, who knows, maybe, you know, instead of how it was in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, where you picked a specialty and you either were assault, support, or specialist, I believe, maybe, you know, if you choose that, maybe you have a longer lunge with your knife. I would really hope if they fix knifing compared to Black Ops 2, which I've got to say, that is one of the most frustrating parts of this game. But, you know, that's a topic for another video. But basically, you know, maybe that's how it works. Maybe you would have a longer lunge. Maybe they'll have lunging similar to Black Ops 2, where there's no lunge, and then if you pick that specialty, you have more of a lunge. I think that would be really cool. Once again, I really would like to see some more customization and really a lot of differences between each person. You know, I really want to see a lot of customization, because I think that's really cool when you pick up another gun or you watch someone else play on YouTube or anything, or even MLG, and it's like, wow, I've never thought of using that like that. And I think that that's really interesting. I think Black Ops 2 has come close to it, but I really like to see more customization, similar to like your emblem. You know, how customized you can get. And you know, sometimes I'm playing, I'm like, wow, how did you make that? And yeah, there's obviously some gross ones in there as well, but I think that a lot of times it's just really cool how they do that. So I would really like to see that, and I think that that would be really, really interesting. Under that, there's kind of like this, it almost looks like the War Machine, or I can't remember for the life of me what it's called, but the grenade launcher version. Yeah, I believe it's the War Machine. Death Machine is the minigun. And I think that that would be really cool to come back, just because I really like that kill streak. I rarely run it just because it seems like you have to get a lot of kills for it, and it takes your regular gun out of the game. And I'm just not a huge fan of it. I don't think that it's worth the amount of kills that you have to get to it, but I think it's a lot of fun to use when I get it from a care package, or if I decide to run it for some random reason. So I really like it, but I'm not sure if that's coming back, obviously, but I think it would be really cool if it was. Now, obviously, I would love to hear what you guys think, what you think all these things are, and let me know if you have any ideas, or maybe you just have some random idea, or maybe you're watching another commentator and you saw something that really makes sense, or maybe you're on the internet and you found something really cool. So let me know in the comment section below. As always, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. If you enjoyed it, please share and like with your friends, and thank you for watching. Keep an eye out for the next video.